coverage of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series on ABC. Brought to you by Mobile One, the official motor oil of NASCAR. Mobile One. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And Dove Men Plus Care. End the face torture.
Back live, Richmond International Raceway. Getting a little bit of a soaking in victory lane. Carl Edwards celebrating his second win of the year. Check downstairs with Doc.
Well, Matt Kenseth finished sixth tonight, but the big story for Matt is what happened this entire season. 5 wins, moving over to Joe Gibbs Racing, and my friend, you are the #1 seed in the chase. How prepared are you and this team to move in this chase and win a championship?
I think we're prepared. I mean, tonight was a little bit of a struggle, but yeah, it's been an amazing 26 weeks, that's for sure. So Jason Ratcliffe and that whole team, I really just can't thank that group enough. And everybody back at Joe Gibbs Racing, they give all 3 of us really good cars every week, and they're a lot of fun to drive. So kind of a frustrating effort tonight. Happy about our finish, and looking forward to going to Chicago and get this thing started.
Matt Kenseth hoping to get a second championship. Will lead him in the points when we head to Chicago. Vince?
With Kevin Harvick, and he and Kurt Busch exchanging some congratulations for both making the chase. What's your assessment now as you have finished the regular season and looked at these final 10 races, Kevin?
Well, I think tonight with our whole Budweiser team was very important. I mean, our car was fairly a good ways off as we started the race at the beginning of the night, really loose, and by the end of the night, I thought we were going to win the race as we came to pit road, and I thought we were getting ready to take control and have a chance to win there. So just a good night from the guys on pit road, and when you can take a needle handling car and make it right, you know that everybody's communicating well and everybody's doing a good job trying to put the things in the car that you need. So just been a good solid 26 weeks for everybody on our Budweiser, Jimmy John's, Ream Chevrolet, and hopefully we can put together 10 more.
Congratulations. Dave Burns?
And on the strength of a win and a lot of solid finishes this year, Greg Biffle is in the chase. Talk about your night and your prospects for this year's championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I cannot be more excited about the way we ran tonight. That 3 and 4 Fusion car was good. The guys did a great job. We ran, I mean, I'm so proud of them. This has been a little bit of a tough track, but we never ran outside the top 10, and we ran really in the top 5 most of the night, 6th, 7th, and I can't be happier with that run. You know, we needed to get that run to get us in the chase and be able to take our bonus points for that win, and so we're excited about that. We made it in like that. We're really looking forward to the chase. Running like we ran tonight, I think we learned a little bit about our car here this weekend. That may carry over to Martinsville or Loudon, and I'm excited for this chase. I can't wait.
The Roush Fenway Group showing strength at just the right time.
Well, 26 races into the season. We now know who will compete for the Sprint Cup Series Championship. 12 drivers. And as we look ahead to the final 10 races, we have to talk about the 48, the driver that most people thought, at least heading into the last couple of weeks, would be the #1 seed. And he hasn't had a whole lot of momentum.
I have to agree with you. There's no doubt about that. All of us talked about the 48 for a long, long time, guys, about what's going to happen with him. Is he going to be the guy winning the championship? We know he's faltered 4 or 5 weeks in a row. It's been absolutely horrible, terrible night to night. But everybody at home I know is saying, okay, the chase is going to start. Jimmy's going till 1.5 miles of Chicago. He's bad fast there. Is the guy going to fix everything, right the ship, and take off? We'll just have to see, right?
You know, the competition's gotten so close, and with Matt Kenseth performing the way he has this season, as well as Kyle Busch being in the mix finally, I think it's going to be tough for that 48 team to just all of a sudden flip a switch, even though historically they have been the best team over the past few years on the 1.5 miles. That's the bread and butter. But it will be interesting to see how this plays out.
It is funny, though, that you brought up the 2 JGR cars, because historically it is that team that has struggled in the chase.
Well, I agree with these guys. I think Jimmy's going to have to make a statement in Chicago. But, you know, I've been watching that 18 car, and I think that 18 car, it may be his year. He's matured. I know everybody's got their eye on Matt Kenseth, but, you know, don't take your eye off that 18 car. And one thing for sure, this business, based on what we saw tonight, remains predictably unpredictable.
Absolutely. And you have to give a shout out to the, you know, I know that Brad disagrees with this statement, but the little team that could, no team from outside of North Carolina has ever made the chase. No single car team has ever made the chase. Until tonight, we're talking about Furniture Row Racing and Kurt Busch. that is a major accomplishment, even if they do have that strong alliance with RCR.
Oh, it's incredible what they've accomplished simply because of the disconnect there. They are the other Richard Childress team, but just like you say, Todd Berrier's moved over, did an incredible job, and I'm going to tell you, they have an unbelievable wheelman sitting in the seat of that race car, and that is the difference. Kurt Busch did an outstanding job keeping his cool, keeping his composure, and putting that team on his back and willing him.
When I saw Kurt Busch win the championship years ago, I saw the same Kurt Busch again tonight.
I agree.
Never quit, kept digging, got mad a little bit, but cooled back down. I thought he did a great job, guys.
Well, you know, obviously he has shown his talent. He's carried that team along. They came together. You know, they had a little bit of a tough time in the pits, but they stepped up. Those guys might be ready to win races and challenge for this championship.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't seem like that long ago we were sitting in Daytona for the first race of this season. Now the calendar reads September, and if you look at the upcoming races on the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series schedule, there are just 10 to go. Go to NASCAR.com/tickets. to perhaps visit us at the racetrack. Certainly an interesting night in Richmond. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat for so many drivers.
This cup, it isn't just a trophy. It's justification for years of sacrifice. Validation for a life spent on the road, on the wrench, behind the wheel. Only 9 have been won, and only 4 men have won it. Who's next?
That is the question. Who's next? And we begin finding out next Sunday at Chicagoland Speedway. Who'll compete for the championship? Turned in the final 7 laps of tonight's race. That spin by Clint Boyer off of turn number 4 to the resulting pit stops and the resulting sprint to the finish. Look at the positions that changed hands in the final laps, with Joey Logano taking a wave around to go from 23rd to 25th. And then picking up a spot in those final 3 laps of racing to get him the 1 point he needed to finish ahead of Jeff Gordon. Here's the pass right here.
That's unbelievable. It came right down to this and making that one position that makes his whole season.
Our Goodyear superior performance tonight. Sorry, DJ, got to take care of the business there.
Absolutely.
Joey Logano, what a superior performance on the night. But when it counted most in those last 3 laps, the call made by the crew chief and the driving done by Joey Logano on the older tires got him into the championship. Want to go back to what will no doubt be the dominant theme of conversation. Clint Boyer spinning the car out off of turn 4. Whether he did or didn't, I think Ryan Newman summed it up best. Newman's pit crew had a chance to stay ahead of Carl Edwards as the first off pit road on 4 tires. That would have put Newman outside of Paul Menard for the restart. He could have won the race. They lost the ground on the pit road.
Yes, exactly right. And we can all have our opinions about what happened there, and you're going to hear a lot about that. But, as you said, Ryan Newman pointed it out. If they win the race off pit road, he's probably got himself in the position to win the race. So, we talked about how much of a team sport this was. It was going to take everybody getting the job done if you were going to have a chance to get yourself in the chase.
Yeah, but that caution doesn't come out. It's a different result. Ryan Newman had the race under control. It was his to win. And that 15 car spun out, and the 56 got in. You know, it's very suspect to me, in my opinion. I don't, you know, if Ryan Newman goes on to win this race, he's in the chase.
Well, the interesting thing is that everybody that finished this race tonight that's going to go into the chase as a high seed, as we look at the list here, basically talked about what a lousy race they had tonight.
Everybody but Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards in victory lane says he's going to win the championship, and everybody else is kind of going into this chase with a little kind of a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah, I think most of them are going to be glad that they're on 1.5 miles next week, because they don't want to see a short track. They'll have to deal with that in a couple of weeks as we go to Loudon, but they're looking forward to having the opportunity to get some speed and take that. What's got them in the chase is having a lot of speed, and they can show that again next week in Chicago.
So for the next 10 weeks within the 43-car race, those 12 drivers will compete to win in the 2013 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship. Next weekend, a doubleheader from Chicago, the Nationwide Series Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN2, and race 1 of the chase, the Geico 400, next Sunday at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Your late local news is next, except on the West Coast. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Carl Edwards wins the race, a wild one that decided who got into the chase. The race to the chase at Richmond is green.
That's a bad mistake.
Still calling hard right there.
Yeah, wait, give me the tires, give it to the front. She got to calm down. Drop it. Race car out of here.
Trouble for Boyer. Things change again. Carl Edwards is going to win the race. Logano is going to make the chase. Gordon is out. Martin Truex is going to make it in on a tiebreaker. A crazy finish Championship Richmond.